How's it going, guys? Greg Master with Backwater Kayaker. Just gonna start trying to do some more instructional videos this year. Kind of show you how I do what I do and why I do it. And right now, just doing a little bit of stripe fishing. Had intended to go after some bass with the Ned rig, but the spot I wanted to go to was totally iced out, so wasn't willing to quite put in that much effort. But figured we'd come out here and see if we could find a few stripes. Anytime you're looking for a school of stripes, birds are a dead giveaway. I mean, there is seagulls, I'm sure you can see it. Seagulls slam in the water 150 feet in every direction. So I know there's big schools of trout here. Also, main lake points, like this right here, is where a creek comes into the main lake, and that right there they'll gather on at some point on that point. Right now it looks like they're in about 12-13 feet of water. That can change throughout the day. I've seen it where you can go out there in the early morning, they'll be in 18 feet of water, and by lunchtime they're up about 12-13 feet. So it just varies. They follow the bait, so whatever the bait's doing. And keep having what feels like hits, but not connecting on any. There was one. He picked it up, and I just jerked it away from him. I should have let it sit still a little longer. So I'll set that on the bottom. There are seagulls right there in front of me. Pick it up, let it drop. A lot of times they'll follow it down as it drops. And there was one right there. You can actually feel them messing with it. Maybe smaller ones. Let's see, I'm in a little bit. I'm going to ease back out. Now, these schools can move around, so sometimes you may have to readjust to stay on them. Other times they'll stay in one place, and if you can fish at one place, it's like clockwork, just one after the other. And sometimes you'll find that you catch a bunch of small ones in one area, and if you kind of search around just a little bit, you can find the school of the bigger ones. And a lot of times stripe of the same size like to run together. So if you find one big one, there's a good chance there's a lot of big ones around. I'm too quick on the draw. There he is. Felt that one just pick it up, just a solid tick. And there he was. This feels like a little better fish. Maybe a drum or something. Yep. Yep, that's something. If that's a stripe, he's a good one. I have a feeling this is a drum or a cat. Oh, he came off right there. I didn't even get to see what he was. My goodness, I see his signature going down. That's a good fish, whatever he was. Let's get back down there and see if we can get something else. That's a shame. Thought I was going to have a real nice one there, but probably a drum. Usually you get a stripe that size, he ain't going to sit under the boat and just try and go down. He's going to take off. A big drum, big cat, they're just going to dig, try and get straight back down to the bottom. So what that one was. There he is. Now that one hit it pretty good too. Just hovering right off the bottom. That's a good stripe right there. Yeah, he's going crazy. Alright, all three hooks in him. Two clean to the top there. And he hit it real hard. A little checkerboard, looks like a little hybrid. Alright, there's a big school showing up right here. So let me see if I can drop it down. Having a hard time with the ice freezing. Now that time I was just floating along. I wasn't even working it, just letting it basically, oh, look at that, just letting it hover a couple inches off the bottom, just like that right there. Now that's a good fish. Another good one. I'm using a 1 ounce Do It Molds jigging spoon. Just order them on eBay. Come without treble hooks or split rings, so you add that to them and they're ready to go. I don't add any paint or any colors to it or whatever. I'm fine like it is. Surprisingly, they like to eat lead. Kind of makes you wonder how many times you've had a hit on a bullet sinker or a lead weight under your lure and thought you was just getting missed on the plastic. But, oh, there. Oh, he's there. For a second, I thought he wasn't there. So you can see I'm right on school there. They moved a little bit. They were up above these buoys, but now they're right here at the buoy. So that's what I mean. You gotta search around sometimes. Hopefully, if I stick with them long enough, maybe we'll find some of the bigger ones. You know, a lot of people like to focus on bass all the time, and I do too. I mean, I thoroughly enjoy catching bass. I don't have a lot of the gear I have to go after stripe necessarily, but when it's cold out here and sometimes hard to get the bass to cooperate, the easy way to have some fun is find a big school of these white bass. And I mean, there's some of them give you a good fight, especially you hook into a big drum like I probably had earlier. They'll let you know they're there. 17 feet deep, I'm marking fish. I do a little cast here. Like I said, I usually like to just drop it straight down, but about 18 feet, I'm seeing fish from the bottom up to about 15 feet. So I mean 3 feet deep of just fish just running. I think they're moving up in here about sunset. Usually is a really good time. I think they're coming up here and gathering under these schools with these seagulls have been feeding on. So let me see. Just using a basic, you know, 6'6", 7, medium heavy. Don't have to do nothing special. I like 15-pound mono for everything I do just about, unless I'm fishing grass. Then I go braid. For everything else, unless I'm finesse fishing. I'm finesse fishing for bass, I go 8 pounds on my spinner rod. But for these stripe here, this 15-pound test, they're not real line shy. At least I hadn't found them to be. And just drop down in the middle of them with a spoon. I could throw an A-rig or rattle trap, probably pick up a few, but if you can pinpoint the school, the spoon is about the fastest way I found to just get it down and reel it up and have another one on. If it wasn't so cold, I'd say it's a really good opportunity to get the kids out and get them catching some easy fish, but with air temps below freezing and water temperature about 45 degrees, it's probably not the best idea. So it's right before sunset now, which is kind of the magic hour. Always is, bass fishing, stripe or whatever. And they've moved up on this point now, and basically it's a question of how many do you want to catch? If I had an Alabama rig, I could probably bring in 2 or 3 at a time every cast. And they're feeding very aggressive right now. And some a little better, some a little smaller. I'm getting multiple hits, or at least multiple are hitting my line. There's one. He took it and ran off with it. So if you enjoy what you've seen and want to stick around, hopefully I can teach you a thing or two. I'm going to be learning it as I'm trying to teach it, to be honest, a lot of stuff. But subscribe, stick around, and we'll see what we can figure out. Thanks. And while you're at it, check out that sunset. Is that not crazy? That's half the reason they come out here. Here's the other reason.